Boy, do we have some interesting news today. We'll get into the exciting part in a moment, but first, we already have our next announcement for an event. La Resistance. So, starting on October 10th, so today until the 24th, get battle score and get rewards. I'm sure that we've all seen this one before. I'm sure that we all understand how this goes. The downside, you're only getting one squad this time. The upside is you only need to go through 6 segments to get the whole thing done, so it's like half the length of a normal event. So 20,000 score every 2 days. You get appearance orders, you get silver, all the normal shit. But right here, the French Resistance Squad Secret Army. So this is going to be a guerrilla squad. They're armed with the Menhir A6, the first French semi-auto rifle, adopted back in 1910, but production was hindered in the First World War, so only about 1,000 were made. It was a 15-round magazine, decent damage, convenient open sight. 5 guerrillas, carry TNT. I suspect they're basically going to be the same as the premium guerrillas are, and basically the same as the tech tree guerrillas are, and that's perfectly fine. I've been having a lot of fun with the guerrillas. I'm probably going to have a video out here soon, probably tomorrow, on the premium gorillas, and then sometime next week I'll probably talk about the tech tree ones. They're not that different, but like the context for them is a little bit different. But these guys will be a cool addition. Although I'm sure there are many people wondering, where is our Japanese squad? Well, time will tell. Hopefully we'll get them soon, because right now we have a premium squad for the Soviets and for the Germans. Now we're getting an event squad for the Western Allies, so, like the Americans, the British. Now we're adding the French to them. I assume that that's who they're going to join. I don't think it actually says here, but to me, the only logical thing would be to make the Western Allies the Western Allies. So, I guess we'll see. Now, moving on to potentially the more exciting thing, the Silver Chest Rocket Hail. So, for a very long time, we have all wanted a way to get old squads. I'm not going to lie. This is not the method that I would have chosen. I'm a little bit disappointed that this is the way that they went, but I am very happy that we can finally get old event squads. So, as of note, you'll not be able to receive duplicate squads, vehicles, unique soldiers, nickname decorators, portraits. However, there's no limit on how many event weapons you can get. So that's nice. So looking at this, what are all of the little doodads and thingy-mabobbers we can get? Well, you've got a 1% chance of getting a squad, 2% of getting a vehicle, 2% for vehicle orders, 3% for weapons, 3% for weapon upgrade orders, unique soldiers, 5% for nickname decorators, 9% for level ups, 12% for appearance and call signs, 23.5 for silver, and 24.5 for a random booster. It's 5,000 silver a pop, and they'll be around from October 10th to November 4th. So this is actually something I've wanted to talk about for a while. I don't know, I haven't. I would really like to see a permanent way to unlock old event squads. My buddy Josh and I were actually just talking about this the other night, and we came to the conclusion that it would obviously need to be something that takes time because, you know, Dark Flow, Gaijin, the whole, yeah. But we didn't want it to be tied to the marketplace the way that it is in War Thunder, because to be honest, it's kind of a meh system. Um, they could do something like the vault in Warframe, where they bring things back out every once in a while, and it's just like a side thing in the background that if you've already got it, great, you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have it, you can, go and grind it out. And, it would happen regardless of whether other events were going on. That's one option. I think the better option, at least what we agreed on to be the better option, would be if these squads were always available in an unlockable shop, similar to the Battle Pass shop, and you'd be able to accumulate a token by playing every day. And every 30 tokens you got, you'd be able to go and get a squad. So it would still take a while to accumulate these squads. Um, Usually doing these events would take you like 2 weeks ish to do. So it taking a month would actually take longer than these events, but you'd be able to do it the entire year whenever you wanted to. So, if you play every day for a month, you'd be able to get a squad. If you don't play every day for a month, though, you'd be able to get a squad in like 2 months. So it's not something like they're just handing out squads to you, but at the same time, it's something that's permanently available that you can always go for. And I think that would feel a lot better. And I think that's what they should do. Like these crates are whatever. It's not gonna make me go and spend gold on silver. I think spending gold on silver is like the dumbest fucking thing. I would never do it. I don't think you should do it. I mean, unless you just want to throw away gold. Like some of the squads in here are cool, but seeing as you have zero control over what you get in here, it's all complete RNG. Like it's a loot box. Seeing as it's completely random, like you might get a really cool squad like these guys over here, the old uh special forces squads, like the German guys with the suppressed MP40s or the British SAS guys. I think they have suppressed Stens. Like you could get something really cool like one of them, but you could also get one of the million and one like mediocre or event squads that have come out over the years. And to be honest, the overwhelming majority of these squads are just that, mediocre. Like they'd be cool to have as a newer player, and they're nice to have as an older player just to put on from time to time. But there are very, very few event squads that I would actually sit here and like consistently use. Like, how's it gonna feel if you go and you open like 25 of these boxes, and you're probably gonna have to open more than 25 because it's a 1% drop chance. You're probably gonna have to open like statistically, you're probably gonna have to open 100 of these boxes. Um, but theoretically, let's assume you open like 25 boxes and you get one of the AT squads from Moscow out of it. How bad is that going to feel? Because you're going to get a squad that comes with a fucking BR1 anti-tank rifle that you are never going to use. Like I have the squads from that, and they've been sitting in the back of my reserve pool since I don't know, since the merge. At least in Moscow, I sometimes used them just for funsies because the tanks in Moscow were like limited. But one is always going to see two, sometimes it sees three. So I always am going to play like BR2 or BR3 these days. And at BR2 and BR3, there are just much, much better AT weapons available than like an AT rifle that pens 30 mils at point blank. So like that's my point here. This whole system, wonderful that it exists, and even better for those of us who already have a lot of the event squads that are just missing a few of them. But to be fair, I'm actually still missing a lot of squads. There are a lot of squads that came out before my time, um, or like ones that I missed over the years. There's a few of those. I just wish that they had picked a more permanent system, and I don't know. I just think it would have been cool. Regardless, Let me know what you think down below. I actually probably should read some of the details here, right? So like every time you open the chest, you have a chance to get one of the rare event squads equipped with the MP40 silenced, Vickers Mark 1 number 2 machine gun, or the AT-44 assault squad, or other unique weapons that you might have seen in battles but couldn't obtain. See, so I'm curious if it's actually like this is something I've just been thinking about while I've been yapping. I'm curious if it's pretty limited to which squads are available in this, or I wonder if it's like all of the event squads ever. Because if it's all of the like, I wonder if you can get some of the Rocket Storm guys that we just had in the event a few weeks ago. Um, or I wonder if you can get the Italian paratroopers, the like BR2 guys with the flamethrowers. I don't know. Let me know what your opinion is on this. Generally, I'm anti-loot box. Um, like sometimes I enjoy mechanics that are random. I just don't like loot boxes because I feel like they're innately predatory. Um, and I think that there's a better way to address old squads not being available that doesn't feel like shit. And I feel like this, like I'm going to interact with it because there's the potential I might get something cool that I missed. But like it still feels kind of shit, let's be honest. I would much rather have what I pitched a minute ago, where I can play for a month or two, except to be honest, I'm not on Enlisted every day, so probably like 2 months, and pick from a list of every event squad ever, and then be able to do the same thing, like after I've spent my 30 tokens, and keep doing it until either I get sick of playing the game or I get all the squads. And let's be real, in my case, it's probably going to be I get all the squads. But yeah, as per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.